Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Studious by James Sinclair. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply and all clues are standard. So normal Sudoku rules means we need to place in every cell in the grid a single digit from 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region, which is a box in this case. We have arrows where the sum of the digits along an arrow equal to the digit in the connected circle. So for example, if this were say 2 and 5, this would have to be a 7. Because these two digits must add up to what this digit is. And that's an example of how arrows work. We have German whispers, where along green lines, or as I like to call them, whisper 5 lines, digits differ from their neighbor by at least 5. So, for example, if this were, say, a 3, this digit would have to be an 8 or a 9, because the only digits which are 5 or more away from 3 are specifically 8 and 9. And that's an example of how German whispers, or otherwise known as whisper 5 lines, work. We have red band lines, where purple lines contain a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. So, for example, this could be something like 2, 4, and 3, and this would be valid because it's a non-repeating set of consecutive digits, 2, 3, and 4. And the order doesn't matter. This could also be something like 6, 7, 5. What it cannot be is something like 6, 7, 6 because that would be repeating. You can't have 6, 7, 9 because that's not consecutive. So those are examples of red band lines that work and do not work. And if you like this puzzle, you can find more puzzles like this at artisanalsudoku.com. Those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, well, we know on a German whisper or a whisper 5 line, you can never have a 5 in normal Sudoku. And the reason is, if you subtract 5 or more from 5, you get 0 or less, which is not a normal Sudoku digit. If you add 5 or more to 5, you get 10 or more, which is not a digit. So in box 1, the 5 has to be one of these 3 cells. In row 1, where's the 5? It has to be one of those 3 cells. Well, what does that mean? 5 has to be in row 2. Cannot be on the German whisper line. Can't be here because of the 5 in the box. Has to be one of those 3. So it has to be one of these 2. And in box 9, 5 has to be one of these 3 digits here, which eliminates 5 here. So this must be 5 there. Where is 5 in column 9? Cannot be any of these because of the 5 in the box. Can't be here, so it must be one of these 3. So, another question is, on the whisper 5 line, where are the 4 and the 6? Well, you can, if you don't have 4 or 6 here, that would mean this would have to be a 4, 5, 6 triplet. But there's no way that 4 and 5 can add up to 6 or in some way at all. You can't have 4 and 6 add up to 5. You can't have 4 and 5 add up to 6. All those combinations don't work. So 1 out of 4 and 6 has to be in this set. I guess it could be both. So the same thing is here too, right? So you have to have at least one of 4 and 6 to be here. So if anything that adds to 5, you have 3 lows here and 3 highs here. So on a German whisper line or a whisper 5 line, you'll always alternate between low digits and high digits. And the low digits being 1 through 4, the high digits being 6 through 9. The reason you know that is What digits can be next to 1 through 4 on a Whisper 5 line? 1 can be next to 6 through 9, 2 can be next to 7 through 9, 3 can be next to 8 or 9, and 4 can only be next to 9. So that means the digit that's next to 1 through 4 has to be from 6 through 9, which is a high digit. And it works vice versa. So this must be 3 high digits here and 3 low digits here. That means we are guaranteed to have a low digit and a high digit here. So 5 cannot be this digit here, because it would be 5 equals 1, 4, or 2, 3, which are 2 low digits. We have to have a low digit and a high digit here. So 5 cannot be in this circle. Same with this 5. It's the same reasoning for box 9. So it must be either 5, 1, 5 adding up to 6. It could be 2, 5 adding up to 7. 3, 5 adding up to 8, and 4, 5 adding up to 9. And those are the possibilities. So this is guaranteed to be high. This is high. These are low. 1, 5, 2, 4, and 3. Yeah, those are the possibilities. What else do we have here? Along this line, it's a Renban line which must be 6 digits long. So it must be from 1 through 6, 2 through 7, 3 through 8, or 4 through 9. So we're guaranteed somewhere along here has to be a 4, 5, or a 6. And we don't know what the rest are. These are going to be opposite sets because, again, you alternate sets on a Renban line. Or, sorry, not a Renban line, a Whisper 5 line. So we'll just color these as random sets. So this is going to be medium, dark. So it's medium, dark, medium, and dark. So we have one each for every set here. So it's going to be the same here. We'll make this yellow and pink. Yellow, pink, yellow, and pink. Does that tell us much? I'm not sure. These two have to be the same set. And this is a different set here. But that doesn't really tell us much. So where are the 4 or 6 in this column? So if they're both here, there we go. So on this Renban, we have to have a 4, 5, or 6, right? If both 4 and 6 are here, the problem with that is that eliminates 4 and 6 here. So then 4 and 6 would have to all be here. And that would eliminate 4 and 6 from being a possibility in either of these cells. But if that's the case, 4 and 6 can't be anywhere else here, so then this would have to be 4, 5, and 6 adding up together, which is impossible. So only one of 4 and 6 can be here. So it cannot be both 4 and 6. Because again, 4 and 6 can only be next to one unique digit on a Whisper 5 line. That's the reason why. So only one of 4 6 here, which means this has to be either 1, 5 adding up to 6 or 4, 5 adding up to 9. And this is going to be the same. So this is 1, 5 adding up to 6 or 4, 5 adding up to 9. So 1 out of 4 6 must be here, which means this must be 4 or 6 here. So this cannot, okay, if this is 6, that would mean this is 4. Right? 6, 5, and 1 means 4 has to be one of those two. That would have the same problem of 4 and 6 not being allowed to be here. So 4 and 6 would have to be here. and then you would have to have 4, 5, and 6 be here, which is not allowed. So this can't be 6. This has to be 9, which makes this 4 and 5 here. Therefore, 6 has to be one of these two, which means 6 cannot be along here. So 6 has to be one of these digits, so 6 cannot be here. Where is 6 then in box 1? It has to be here. So this is 6, which is equal to 1 plus 5. 6 has to be next to a 1. We're not sure which. 4. This is 6. So that means one of these has to be 4. So since that's 4, this can't be 4. 4 has to be here. 5 is one of these. We're not sure which. 6 has to be one of these, which means 4 has to be here, which means it must be next to a 9. 9 has to be next to 3. So we have 4 can be here. 9 has to be next to it. The 9 has to be next to the 3, which has to be next to 8. So this becomes a 3-8 pair here. The 8 has to be next to a 2, which has to be next to a 7. So this is how that works for box 1. This has to be 6 next to a 1. 1 would have to be next to the 7, because the 7 can only be next to 1 and 2. And 7... 3 has to always be next to 8. 3 can no longer be next to 2 unique digits on this whisper line. So this becomes a 3-6 pair. 3 will always be next to 8, which means this is 8 and this is 2, 7. So this is the same thing here. Because 1 is here, adding up to 6, 4 has to be here. And 7 has to be here, right? Okay. What else do we have? Remaining digits in row 3. We have 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. 5 cannot be on this Renban. So that means it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8, 9. Interesting. This can't be 4 because of 4 in the column. So if it's 2, 3, 4, 5, the 4 would have to be here. This digit is next to 2 unique digits on the Whisper 5 line, so this cannot be 4. So this would be 1, 2, 3. That's possible combination. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, this would have to be 6, 7, or 8 as the other possibility. Because it cannot have a 5 as a 4-length Renban, so it has to be either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8, 9. This digit has 3 unique digits smaller than it, so it must be at least 4. That doesn't tell us too much. These have to be 1 through 8. And this cannot be 3, 6, or 8 here. These can't be 2 or 7 because of a 2, 7 pair in the row. What else do we know? Okay. If this is low here, these have to both be high. So 2 and 3 would be next to 7, 8, or 9 here. 7, 8, or 9 could be next to 1 through 4 here. So that's fine there. What? 5 is here. Remaining digits in column 3. Sorry, 7. Column 7 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that doesn't tell us too much. These two digits are between 2 unique digits on a Whisper 5 line. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, or 9 as possibilities. This cannot be 4 because if this is 4, that would force this to be 1 and 3, and then this to be 1 and 3, and those would all, we would have a duplicate 3 here. So this cannot be 4. It could be 5 if this is 1, 4, and 2, 3. That is valid. Remaining digits in row 9. We have 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. And 4 has to be one of these, so this cannot be 4 here or here. This can't be 7 because of the 4, 7 pair in this column. This can't be 5 because if it's 5, it would see all of these cells, which 5 has to be on, see this cell. Okay. Rest of column 1. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Okay. 6 is guaranteed to be one of these, so this can't be 6 here. This can't be 1 or 8 because of the 1, 8 pair in the row. This can't be 2 because of the 2, 9 pair in the row. This can't be 8 because of the 3, 8 pair in the column. Sorry, 2, 9 pair in the column. Can this ever be 1? If this were 1 here, the problem is, where would the 6 be? It would have to be on the Whisper 5 line, but 6 can only be next to 1 on a Whisper 5 line. So no, this cannot be 1 here. What else do we have? This could be 4. This could be 4, 5. These digits could be 1 through 4 or 6 through 9. So 1 has to be on this Whisper 5 line, is what we're saying, I guess. This can't be 2 because of the 2, 7 pair in the row. So again, this could be 1 through 6, 2 through 7, 3 through 8, or 4 through 9. That doesn't tell us too much. Remaining digits. What else do we have? Oh, these are all the same set. That's interesting. So I guess we'll make this orange and green. This is the same set. That means this has to be the different set, right? These are all lows or these are all highs. This must be a different set. We'll make that green. What does that mean then? I'm not sure. So... interesting. This is 2 of each set here. That means there's 2 of each set here. Okay. So because there's 2 of each set here, this cannot be 3 of the same set. So green is here because these 4 are orange. 1 of orange at least has to be here. And in fact, it can only be 1 of orange because if it's 2 of orange, we have an orange here. 1 of these is orange, and then we have an orange here. That's 4 oranges. So this has to be green, which makes this orange and orange. This becomes an orange-green pair here because we have 2 greens, 2 oranges, 1 high and 1 low. So this must be an orange-green pair. Therefore, this must be orange here. This is orange, this is orange, one of these are orange, so this must be green, which makes this green too. Right, we have 3 oranges here, one of these is going to be high and low, so that's 4 oranges already in column 7. So this is orange, which makes this green, which makes this orange. No, sorry, that makes that green, which makes that orange. So we have 3 oranges in row 2, which means the rest of the row can only contain 1 orange at most. So these cannot, the dark cannot be oranges. The darks have to be green, which means the mediums have to be orange. So that means we have full oranges in row 2. So this must be green and green. Okay. Let's see. We are guaranteed at least one of these digits is low. We are not guaranteed a high digit here, though. One of these digits is low also. We're not guaranteed high. What else do we have? We have one each of high green or orange here. So this cannot, okay, this 2, 9 means this cannot be the 2, 9 of orange. This cannot be 7. So if this is orange, it would be 7, 8 here, which would force this to be 9. If orange were high, this would be 7, 8, and this would be 9. If 7, if the orange were low, this would be 4, 3, so this would have to be 1 or 2. Okay. This has to be... this cannot be orange too. So if this was low, it would be 1. This would have to be 3. So then this could be 1 or 4, and this would be 1 or 4. Right? Yeah, this can't be 1. Cannot be 2 because the orange is 2 here. If this is high, this would be 6, 7, or 8. We don't know which. Interesting. We don't know anything. Okay, so this cannot be 2, and it cannot be 9 here. Because if this green matched the lows, this can't be 2. So this would be a 1, 3 pair. If this were 9, if the greens were high, this could not be 9. So this can never be 4 here. Because if this is 4, it would have to be next to a 9 on a Whisper 5 line. So we know 4 has to be one of these 2 digits, which means this cannot have a 4. So this cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, the oranges are all high. And the greens are all low. So that means this is 4, 9, 3, 8, 2, and 7. And this must be a high, so it's 9. This is a 6, 7, 8 triplet. This is 7 or 8. Why can't it be 6? I don't know. Should be able to be 6 also. Obviously this can't, this is 1, 3 as a pair. That eliminates 1 and 3 in the rest of the box. This has to be, so this has to be a low. It has to be 2. This has to be 7, 8, and 9. This has to be 7, 8, or 9 here. This is not 7, 8, or 9, and it can't be 2, so this is a 3. So that's next to 8 and 9 specifically. So this is 8, that's 9, which makes this 7 and makes that 9. This has to be a 6, 8 pair here, which eliminates 6 and 8 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 6 or 8, it's 7. This 7 means this has to be 6 here. So that's next to 1 on a Whisper 5 line, which makes this 3. This then forces this to be 1, which means this has to have a 2 and a 3 pair next to it. This 1 eliminates 1 here, so this is 8, which makes this a 1. So all the pinks are lows, and all the yellows are highs here. 1 is next to then 6 and 7. This is 2 and 3 then. So this cannot be 2, 7, or 9. It's a 4-8 pair here. 8 eliminates 8 here, so this is 4, which makes that 8. So this cannot be high, that's low. It can't be low, that's high. So 9, 8, 7 cannot be here. We have 2 lows already. This is less than 6, so this is guaranteed to be 2 lows and a 5. So we have a low here, we have another low here. One of these has to be 5, therefore this must be 6. So this has to be a 1, 2, 4, 5 set. This can't be 2 and 4, therefore this must be 1 and 5 here. That means this can't be a 1, 5 pair, it's 2 and 4. This has to be 5 because we have 4 lows already in column 4, so this must be a non-low. And this is 5, which makes this 1. This cannot be pink, so it's a 2, 4 pair, which makes this 1. This leaves this as a 2. The remaining digits in column 4 are all high. So this has to be 7 or 8. Cannot be 4 or 5. So 4 has to definitely be here. This 5 eliminates 5 here, so that's 4, which makes that 5. So this is a low. This has to be 6 because that's the only high digit remaining. That leaves this as a 4, 5 pair. This 2, 4 pair eliminates 2 and 4 in the rest of the box, so this can't be 2. This is 3, which makes this 2. 1 cannot be here. It cannot be here. So this is 2 or 8 here. Interesting. So it could be 2 through 7, possibly, or it's 3 through 8, or 4 through 9. We don't know. This becomes a 4, 5 pair. Remaining digits in column 8 have to be 3 and 4. This can't be 3 because of the 3 in the row, so this is 4, which makes that 3, 4, eliminates 4 here, so that's 2 and 4. This cannot be 1, 2, 3, or 6. So this is 5, 8, or 9 here. So there's no 6 here, so one of these two is 6. This can't be 3 or 9 because of the 3, 9 in the row. This is 7 or 8. We have a 7, 8, 7, 8 pair in column 4. That eliminates 7 and 8 in the rest of the column, so this is 9. That eliminates 9 here. This can't be 5. The remaining digits in row 7 are 3, 6, 8, 9. And these can't be 9. This can't be 6 or 8, so that forces this to be 3. This can't be 3. These can't be 3. 6 has to be one of these two digits here, so this can't be 6. These are low. These are low. So we have a 5, 7, 9 triplet in column 9. That eliminates 9 here because of the 9 in the row. Remaining digits in the central box are 1, 5, 7, 8. This can't be 7 or 8 because of the 7, 8 in the column. This can't be 7, 8 because of 7, 8 in the column. This can't be 5 because of the 5 in the box. So where is the 5 then in row 9? It has to be one of these two cells. That forces this to be a 4, 5 pair here. Because 4 and 5 can only be on these two cells. That eliminates 5 in the rest of the column. Or on the ren band, sorry, I should say. We need a 7 on this ren band because it must go up to 8 or 9 here. So this must be a 7 here, which makes this 8 here, which makes this not 8, so it's 6 and 8. 8 cannot appear in the rest of this box. This can't be 7. So this must be 4, 5. It cannot be. It has to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It could be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Therefore, this can never be 8 because it requires an 8 on this renband. So this is a 2, which eliminates 2 in the rest of the row and the rest of the column. This can't be 2, so this is 1. That makes this an 8, which makes this 6. This can't be 6 here. So 6 has to be here, and it's with an 8, 9 pair here. So this 8, 9 pair, so this must be 4 through 9 here. That eliminates 8 and 9 in the rest of the column. This can't be 8 or 9 either. We have a 1, 5 pair now in column 1, which eliminates 1 and 5 in the rest of the column, so this is 3. Remaining digits in this box 7 have to be 3 and 7. And this can't be 3 because of the 3 in the column, so this is 7, that's 3. Remaining digits in row 8 have to be 2 and 4. And this can't be 2 because of the 2 in the column, so this is 4, which makes that 2. 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 5, which means this can't be 5. This is a 1, 7 pair. 5 eliminates 5 as a possibility there. 5 eliminates 5 here, so this is 4 and 5. Remaining digits in column 3, we have 2, 4, 5, and 9. Well, this can't be 2, 4, or 5, so this must be 9. This can't be 2 or 4, that leaves this as 5. That makes this 4, which makes this 2 then. The 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 1 and 5, which makes that 1. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 5. 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 7 and 1. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 5. 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 7, which makes this 9. That 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 8 and 9, which makes that 8. That leaves this digit as a 7, this digit as a 6, and this digit as a 4. And that's the solution. Yeah, pretty nice use of the renband restriction, which and the Whisper 5 restrictions here, along with the arrows that restricted things in a non-obvious way, but restricted it enough where you could had to logic out certain aspects. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.